freedom from fear. Freedom from fear. It's one of the most persuasive arguments about the truth of the resurrection of Jesus. The disciples explode out into the street to tell others about Jesus only days after they have been completely cowed by the might and the brutal violence of the authorities. After they've sat together in near silent darkness behind closed doors, not making noise, not lighting their lamps, being as quiet as possible so as not to draw any attention their way. They were justifiably terrified. They just witnessed the horrific, violent crucifixion of their leader, Jesus. They have every reason to suspect that they are next. So there they are with their doors locked, not making a peep. And then they are out on the streets preaching this amazing good news that freedom was at hand in the person of Jesus Christ. Nothing had changed in their outward circumstances to bring about this amazing change from fear to freedom. The Pax Romana still stood as the great Roman peace that held together a sprawling empire that was created by brutally suppressing any hint of rebellion, especially of any group that proclaimed a Lord that was different than Caesar. The law and order iron fist of Caesar was just as much in control as ever. So the thing that had changed for those disciples, it was on the inside. It was within them. They had a consciousness reboot, if you will, a change in their internal operating system. And we see that change happening in the gospel today. Jesus, the risen Christ, whose resurrected body is capable both of eating and drinking and of passing through walls, he is there. He's right there in that locked room, darkened and dank with the smell of their fear and their shame. And he gives them what they need the most. Just peace. Peace. Wholeness of heart. Rest. Shalom. The fullness of God's presence, all in this simple reading to them. Peace be with you. Now, he'd given them this peace before he died as well. Remember how he had said, peace I leave you, my peace I give you. I don't give you as the world gives. Don't let your hearts be troubled, and don't let them be afraid. And he also said to them, I said this to you so that in me you might have peace. In the world you face persecution, but take courage, I've conquered the world. But before he died, they weren't low enough yet. They had not hit bottom. So they just couldn't receive what he was giving them. They couldn't receive it because it wasn't like any peace they could have. Jesus' peace, it didn't mean that no violence would happen. It didn't stave off the Roman soldiers with their whips and their spears and their nails. It did not mean that the Jewish authorities suddenly saw the love in Jesus' eyes. It didn't mean that there wouldn't be any squabbling between them, although I'm certain that Jesus would have dearly loved that. Jesus' peace came from an entirely different source, and it was the kind of peace that can conquer the world because it does not stem from the ego's need to control things. It's the peace that can conquer fear. It can calm troubled waters because it exists before time and will exist long after time. The peace that Jesus gives is a peace that is completely independent of circumstances. It is why he could stand before Pilate and before all the various authorities without any defensiveness, without any fear. It's why he could pray for his executioners, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. It's why he could calmly go about doing what he did, healing and preaching and gathering into community, and not vary his message when the storm clouds of threatened arrest and death began to gather around him. Jesus was completely free, spiritually completely free, because he lived in this peace of God that passes all understanding, that kept his mind and his heart securely anchored in knowing exactly who he was, the beloved Son of God. And it kept him knowing that in God all things hang together, all things work for good, and that God really and truly is in charge. And that all the bluster and very real threat that the authorities and all the pain and suffering and illnesses and relationship woes, the threat of death, and especially of violent and painful death, these things were not in charge. God is. Jesus was spiritually free because these weren't just beliefs for him. They weren't just good, consoling thoughts. They were his bedrock, his utter knowing. It's why the people said of him that he teaches with authority, not like their regular teachers and leaders. Because Jesus taught what he knew in his bones to be true, that God is in charge. There is nothing to fear. That is the explosive revelation of the resurrection. That there really and truly is nothing to fear. Except God, of course, and God is for us and with us and behind us and in Jesus, and through Jesus, he breathes peace on us. Receive my peace. Receive my Holy Spirit. And that, my friends, that is what unlocked those doors that the disciples were cowering behind. The prison of fear. And those disciples poured out from the prison bars of their own fears, freely speaking, freely healing, freely going to prison if that's what was going to happen, which it did. Freely going to their death if that's what was going to happen, and it did. The resurrection of Jesus does not mean that the disciples don't get into trouble and run foul of things. I mean, why should they be spared when their leader was not spared? And it doesn't mean that we come to church one Sunday a year and say, yay, God raised Jesus from the dead, and then just keep going along to get along. Resurrection of Jesus, it means that we're in a movement. We're in a movement that has already conquered the world. Although the world is slow to get the message. The resurrection of Jesus means that the Jesus movement is very much alive. And it's a movement that draws us into the orbit of God's love for the world. A movement that sends us out each and every day to love and live the way that Jesus loved and lived. You know, bring back the outcasts and the marginalized. Live according to the kingdom vision in which the rich and the poor are on equal footing. And the peacemakers are the happy ones, even when they land in jail, as Peter and Paul frequently did. All this spiritual freedom of fear is possible because Jesus gives it to us. It's a peace, we can't manufacture this peace for ourselves. God knows. I mean, do you all have fears? I do. And knowing that I was going to preach on this week, I was beset by fear all week. Like I was, poking at the raw edge here. This peace that passes all understanding and that unlocks the prison of fear, it's not freedom that we can grant ourselves. We can only ask for it and then receive it. And he's eager to give it. To say to each of us and to our church, peace be with you. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Don't let them be afraid. But what about the real anxieties that beset us? Try the fears that have a basis in real events. North Korea, for instance. Climate change, for instance. A gap in your budget and your bank account, for instance. Having Jesus' peace live inside of you, it doesn't give you a free pass on trouble or, frankly, on anxiety and fear. What it does do, though, is give you a profound basis for hope and for the ability to respond with much greater effectiveness because your emotional resources are not completely consumed with fear. Having Jesus' peace live inside of you means that you become the still center of sanity when others are in meltdown mode. And that still center becomes the open door for Jesus to step through and bring order out of chaos and life out of death. Don't underestimate the power of this peace that passes all understanding, this peace that is from God, this peace that leads us from the cross to the open tomb to the streets with the news that God is in charge. God is in charge. And Jesus' way of loving and living boldly and without fear, it is the way to life and to life eternal. Amen.